Hello, Nintendo Wii here, welcome back to Let's Play Retro Games. 2018 is going to be such an amazing year for games, not just for Nintendo but also for Sony and Microsoft. Here's 10 games in no particular order that I'm looking forward to this year. So the first game I have on my list, one that was released on PC last year, but this year will be the chance for the majority of people to play it, and that is Owlboy. It looks amazing, and from what I've read of reviews from the PC version, it plays just as good as it looks. Really looking forward to this. I love Metroidvanias and games with amazing pixel graphics, and this game looks like it's right up my alley, so it's coming out next month, I think, in February, so I'm really looking forward to playing that on the Switch. Another game that's really right up my street, this is Wargroove. Looks like the spiritual successor to Advance Wars, a series that's been long forgotten by Nintendo, even though it's had loads of amazing games in the series over the years. The last proper one was on the DS almost 10 years ago, so it'll come as no surprise that I'm super excited to play Wargroove when it comes out, fingers crossed, this year on the Switch. Another Switch game, and one that a lot of people will have probably already played the demo for, this is Octopath Traveler. Whether that stays its official name or not, I'm not sure, but one thing's for certain, I'm going to love the game. I love the demo. I was really surprised about the depth that the narrative goes into, and the graphics. Oh my god, this has to be the best looking game that I've ever seen. It takes what was great about Final Fantasy IV Heroes of Light and the two Bravely Default games, and just amps it up to the next level. As you know, I'm a huge fan of pixel art graphics, and some of my favourite RPGs are on the PS2 where they mixed pixel graphics with 3D backgrounds. This game looks like it's going to do exactly that, so I'm super excited to play Octopath Traveler. Next up, a game that you would not expect to be on this list whatsoever. It's coming out on my birthday, and I don't even have the console it's going to be on yet. If you haven't guessed already, I'm talking about Sea of Thieves. Rare's best game in decades. I really like the look of this game, and I'm actually going to get an Xbox One and the game, either for my birthday, whether if people want to get it for me, or using money to get it as a present for myself on my birthday. Really glad that Rare is going back to making proper games again after their strange departure from games to do Kinect Sports and Xbox avatars. So it's great to see them back in the game, and I'm going to support them all the way through it, so I'm looking forward to Sea of Thieves. If you guys have any recommendations for Xbox One games for me to pick up, definitely let me know, because I'm trying to get a list of games together. The only ones I've thought of so far are Cuphead and Rare Replay, obviously. So definitely let me know if there's any other games that I should pick up for the Xbox One. So if you can't tell already, I'm a big fan of 2D platformers and indie games. Iconoclast looks like it's going to be one of the best games of the year. It's been in development for a really long time, and I've been following its development on Twitter for a few years now. It actually started development back in 2010, so this game's been 8 years coming by this point, so really hope it lives up to my expectations. It looks fantastic, as you can tell from this trailer right now. A game that is a long time coming. Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm a huge fan of the Kingdom Hearts series. I've played all of them except the remakes on the PS4, but all the way up until that point I've played through every single game, even the DS and the Game Boy Advance spin-offs. And I can't wait to continue it with Kingdom Hearts 3. Fingers crossed that Square actually releases the game this year. Definitely my most anticipated game of the year, and we only just found out about it towards the end of last year, and that is Mega Man 11. The last proper Mega Man game came out almost 10 years ago, Mega Man 10, and it was one of my favourite games that year as well. At first I wasn't quite sure about the graphics because I do love the 8-bit original Mega Man style, but for a 2.5D platformer I think it looks really good, and it looks like the gameplay is still intact, which is the main thing. And I can already say for certain that it's going to be a million times better than this game. So yeah, expect a review or a playthrough of Mega Man 11 whenever that drops on the Switch. Talking about failed Kickstarters, this is one that I hope isn't a failed Kickstarter. That is the sequel to one of my favourite Dreamcast games, Shenmue III. Here's Shenmue 2, I still haven't completed it, so I really need to get around to doing that. But Shenmue 3 is one of my most anticipated games. I was so amazed and excited when they announced it at E3 a few years ago. I pledged a lot of money on the Kickstarter, and I can't wait to get it on the PS4, it's going to be incredible. If it's anything like the first two games, it's going to be so immersive, and if that means more people buy a Dreamcast, then that's great, because the Dreamcast is an amazing console. So I've got two more games to mention in my most anticipated games list for 2018. One of them is going to be a sequel to my favourite game on the Master System, and one of my favourite games that came out on the Switch last year. So the sequel to this game, called Wonder Boy and the Cursed Kingdom, is coming out this year, and I could not be more excited. I've finished the original several times, and I've also finished the remake, which came out last year on the Switch. I 100% completed it. I made sure I went back and got all the secrets. Definitely one of my favourite games of the year, and I'm sure that the new Wonder Boy game is going to be right up there at the end of next year on my top 10 games of 2018. And now we're on to the final game of this episode. If you've been looking over there, you might have noticed there was a game on the shelf. That was Castlevania Order of Ecclesia, otherwise known as the last proper Castlevania game. It came out all the way back in 2009, so it's been almost 10 years since there was a proper sequel. The next spiritual successor to a proper Metroidvania-style Castlevania game is coming out this year, apparently. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Yet another Kickstarter game that was by the creator of the original Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I'm super excited to play Bloodstained this year. And this is even without Nintendo doing a Nintendo Direct, so there's going to be so many games that are still to come that we don't even have any idea about at the moment. So, hello, this is me from the future. As you just heard, at the time of recording, Nintendo hadn't had their January Direct, but it's just happened and I watched it as soon as I got home from work. There were some amazing announcements, so I just want to mention some of them before I wrap this video up. The first thing, and something I really didn't expect, was a remake of one of my favourite DS games, The World Ends With You. I'm so excited for this game to be coming out on the Switch again. It was released 10 years ago and I probably haven't played it in about 10 years. Really, really great game, and I'm really looking forward to going through it again because I remember the story being really gripping. I won't mention everything in the Direct, I'll probably play the trailer over the rest of this, but there was just a few more things that I was really excited about. The main thing for me was the fact that Ys 8 is coming out on the Switch. I was really tempted to pick it up on the PS4 last year, so I'm really glad I didn't. I can't wait to play this. One of my favourite games that I played last year was Ys Books 1 and 2 on the TurboGrafx, so I'm really excited to play the latest game in the series on a Nintendo console. Something else that was really exciting for me, although I've played it before, but now you can play as Funky Kong. That was Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, my second favourite Donkey Kong Country game after Donkey Kong Country 2. And I'm really glad that more people will get to experience what an amazing game Tropical Freeze is. The main thing for a lot of people was probably the announcement of the Dark Souls game on the Switch. It's only Dark Souls 1, not the Dark Souls trilogy, which some people thought it might be, so that might be slightly disappointing, but even so, I'm excited to play it. I did play it a little bit on the PS3, but not very much. There was a lot of other things announced as well, but they're the main things that I was very excited about from this Direct. So I'll pass you back to me in the past to wrap this video up. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry if the editing for this video has been a bit all over the place, but I have a crazy bird over here who won't keep quiet. She really wants to be in the video, I think, so here you go, I'll end with Pappy. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye!